Alright, fuckhead, stop jerking your dick and start jerking the pen. Let's get to drawing fundamentals, specifically the artwod grind node. Draw 20 cylinders in 1 point perspective. Right? If you're new to my channel, I'm Viggy. I'm endeavoring to become one of the greatest artists of all time by actually focusing on what matters, the fundamentals. I have probably over 160 videos, i.e. 160 hours, moving towards this goal. So join me, draw along. If you're not an artist, become one. Or at the very least, become entertained as I come entertainment on the floor and on the page. Yeah, I'm still working on my intro. But anyways, like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Keep me on the background, give me your attention and your attention. There's this YouTuber called Hamza. In one of his videos, he was saying you must start your videos with intent. I think I put so much intent that people are going to click off immediately. So it should be pretty good. Okay, anyways, let's just get to drawing, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, this channel is going to pop off at one point, purely because nothing like this exists. It's all a matter of time, he copes. It's all a matter of time. Anyways, yeah, draw 20 cylinders in 1 point perspective. Obviously, I'm going to make it much more difficult because I'm slightly more advanced than just basic cylinders. Right? What I'm not advanced at is fucking drawing with my shoulder, clearly. Look at this. Oh god, look at this shit. Just fuck it. Just keep going. Such wobbly ass lines. Which is good. You are one wobbly line. Oh shit, that was a huge fuck up. I don't even know, I was about to say something profound. With each wobbly line, you are 10 steps closer to a slightly less wobbly line. Like that. You see how shit that is? But yeah, brush pen is notoriously difficult, which is why I use it. Right? But if you think that it will always be this difficult, just look at Kim Jong-il's lines, right? It only takes about 20 to 30 years of experience to be able to output those lines, so it's fine. I'm not even being sarcastic. Genuinely, it's only 20 to 30 years. Right? The time's gonna pass anyways, so might as well spend it drawing shitty lines until they become slightly less shitty. I have a couple things I want to talk about today while I do this as well, which should be fun because I always have to fucking focus extra hard when I want to, there you go, discuss something while having to see the fucking grid. But yeah, the wobbliness of these lines don't matter. It just needs to be relatively straight in order to visualize what's happening. But yeah, anyways, before I guess start rambling about random shit, let's set the precedent of these cylinders. So one thing is these are great for essentially practicing a perfect ellipse. And more than anything, what I'm going to practice is creating cutouts for these ellipses. Because again, I want to make it slightly more difficult, I said, right? If we're doing 1 point perspective, which is pretty simple once you practice it hundreds of times, you have to, or at least I want to, add some level of difficulty to it, right? In this case, the level of difficulty, and see, I'm getting better at visualizing that. See, that's much better. Before, this angle would fuck with me because I would subconsciously, whether I was putting intent into it or not, visualize it going kind of like this, right? These harsh angles prove to be difficult, which is why we must fuck them up the ass with intent. And I'm gonna do another thing as well, which is gonna make it equally as difficult, which is something like that. See, this way, by adding these contour manipulations, which is what they are, right? I can, and again, like, retaining the contour as well is going to be very difficult, right? Because I also have to think about this. That's too long. So I kind of have to fix that on the spot. See, that's a mistake. It wasn't connected properly. But yeah, there's a couple of things I want to talk about today. One is, oh, that was a mistake. This is actually a complete mistake. I just took that in because I was not intending to close this off. I was actually going to make this a cutout here, but it's too late now, right? And this would have actually been a good way to practice subtractions as well, but it's okay. These things happen. But I can actually again, as I practice seeing the grid, I can do something like this. And I want to focus on pushing outward with my pen because I'm clearly avoiding that responsibility of a difficult motor skill. Yeah, right? Some shit like that. See, like me pushing out like this. This is the angle that butt fucks me every time. Extremely difficult. But. There you go. Something like that, right? And obviously, fucking the voice crack. and obviously, I made a mistake here, but this is what I sound like. Just make it perfectly horizontal. So clearly, that means it ends here and then it went out there. And this one was also going to connect like that. You see, now we made it a lot more difficult, and I've already made countless mistakes, which is amazing. But one of the things I want to talk about is parents, not in a negative way, specifically just the fact that their view on art, right? And its merit. And this obviously this is going to turn into a we live in a society type post, what the fuck, type ramble, speech, whatever. But yeah, anyways, I hope you're drawing along. I hope this isn't just something you're listening to or watching. I do encourage you to actually draw, right? But yeah, let's do it here instead. Okay, so something like, might actually just have to make this a normal cylinder, because I have to see this fucking... That's completely incorrect, which is okay. Because again, I'm intending to make these mistakes, right? Yeah, I'll get to my fucking point one day, don't worry. And then we have something like that, maybe. Okay, that's completely incorrect. It's like 100%, without a doubt, completely incorrect. But and that's a good thing, right? It's difficult because fucking trying to see this line connect, and then this one, it's going down here. That's the vertical, but I have to make it the minor axis go straight, which it isn't. It's going diagonal slightly. It's right. It's tilted, which is great. The fact that I can work on seeing these things. Right, but no, it's just the fact that obviously I'm unemployed right now. I'm looking for work. You know, going back to work on my portfolio. Blah blah blah. Right, job market tough. We can all fucking just pain about that afterwards. But point is, I was just saying I'm gonna go draw because I always let my parents know I'm gonna go draw. Right, they know this is important. Blah blah. But my dad, right, obviously he's stressed about the fact that I'm not getting work right now. I'm on government benefits, all that stuff. So he said something along the lines of "Be serious about your life. Stop drawing and start looking for work." And then immediately I got very not insulted in the sense that I wasn't like, oh, I'm triggered, but immediately that just felt insulting, obviously, because art is very special to me, right? This is a very important practice to me. This cataloging this practice for the internet is very important to me, and obviously I'm trying to become a generational wealthy, right? All that stuff with this channel. So I'm like, fuck, first of all, I need the YouTube money. Second, I give a lot of shits about art and my practice. It's the first time in life that I felt like I had control over something I could do, apart from the gym, which came prior to that, of course. But yeah, immediately I said, I was like, well, art is. I was like, well, I'm not I am taking it seriously. Art is very serious to me, and I spend 3 hours a day looking for jobs and working on my portfolio and all that stuff. Within my schedule, that's actually a lot of time. That's the most amount of time I spend on anything, because 2 hours goes to art, 1 hour goes to piano, an hour and a half goes to the gym, right? What else? Yeah, and then 3 hours goes to working on anything job related, right? And then a couple hours for eating, eating, right? I live a very rigorous, relatively rigorous and scheduled life, right? And then 8 of those hours obviously taken up by sleeping. So I don't waste really time at all, ever. But it just reminded me that people really don't take art seriously. Like not we, sorry. They really think art is just essentially a joke or a kiddish thing. Right? It's just like, you're still doing that art stuff? You're still doing that, right? Be serious. And then they go and watch a movie, which is directed by an artist, screenplayed by an artist, costume designs were done by an artist, right? Written by an artist. Everything, literally all of that, was done by a team of extremely skilled and passionate artists, right? Every single part of any movie, animated or live action, whatever, is done by an entire team of artists who put their soul into this craft. So it just made me think, like, okay, it's true. Even within my life, I mean, there's a reason why I'm in user experience and not art. Apart from the fact that the field itself disrespects the fucking, like, the art field in of itself already disrespects artists, right? Artists don't get paid much unless they're very higher up. It's an exploitation of passion, which we all know, because when there's a shit ton of demand, you don't need to supply them with money. That's my layman's that's my layman's explanation of why they get paid like shit, right? Yeah, I think this is a better understanding, slightly, right? So again, making an active effort in visualizing the grid and trying to see how these lines converge and connect. Very good, very good. Obviously, as I get better at just doing the normal ellipses for the side view, I will focus on adding cutouts as well. As well. So that stuff takes time. Okay, if that's actually being cut off here, that's actually something I should have done. Okay, that's a cutoff there, and then it's coming down. That's fine, but this is a cutoff right around there. See, I have got better at visualizing this line. It's funny, no matter how good you are, quote unquote, there will always be ways to get better, right? There'll always be something else to focus on. But yeah, if I had it my way, I would have enrolled in art school, blah blah blah, right? And I understand that making your passion your job is a one-way ticket to just wanting to fucking kill yourself. But for me, it's not about, I don't know. What the fuck am I even saying? What am I doing? I'm so focused on this drawing. Okay, that was a horrible back end, because I didn't curve it properly enough, right? Yeah, I did not curve it nowhere nearly enough. So that's a mistake, which is good. Huge mistake. Wonderful. I guess I'm just thinking out loud. It saddens me that people like myself who care so much about something like this can't put have their passion be respected, and b have the fucking job that the passion entails also be respected monetarily, right? And I'm sure some fuckhead in the comment section one day, not right now, but far in the future, will be listening to this video and being like, well, actually, if you get to this position, you blah 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 blah, you can get to a pretty good point in making money. Yes, of course you can in anything if you get to a good position. But I'm saying the entry level salary is horrible. And I don't know, I feel as if just public perception of the one thing that makes people feel alive is fucking hilarious, right? People shit on arts all the time. There's a lot of, I guess, controversy right now, you could say, in the AI space, right? Because AI art, I'm not gonna call it AI art. Again, like, I actually think AI image generation is very impressive, right? Because it's pattern recognition taken to the extreme through the data set that is human art, right? I use AI for my work all the time when I was working, right? You use GPT to help proliferate your ideas or your idea output, blah blah blah. Helps does research for you. You can pick and choose, but you need to be able to obviously know what you want to do, how you're going to do it, what you're going to do it for, and all the methods, right? People who use AI for art or AI image generation for ideation, yeah, that makes sense. Sure, that makes more sense than using it as a means to actually just make the art, because that's just retarded. Then you're not really making art, you're just generating images and then jerking off to the fact that you generated an image, but of course using the label of artist. What the fuck am I doing here? This is gonna be very difficult. Let's start with this then. If it's gonna be too difficult, we should... no, never mind. It's not that bad. You can probably see what I'm trying to do here in terms of contour manipulation. But what I'm trying to say is, now with this whole AI art stuff, which I was a part of in the sense that I was keeping up with it, right? I'm very interested in tech in general. So it's not as if I was completely surprised when it happened, nor was I ignorant to... What the fuck did I do? Did I completely fuck this up? Oh no! Shit. Yeah, nor was I ignorant to what it meant for artists, right? I completely understand the arguments. I think some people, it makes sense that even if they're being a bit abrasive with their language, much like myself, so I joined the club. Even if they're being a bit abrasive, I completely understand when your livelihood is at stake why the first response is to, of course, get angry and then get confused and then start sort of blaming, right? Let's be clear, AI image generation has done nothing wrong. It simply exists. The people, obviously, I think this is a very obvious quote-unquote argument or point, the people using it are the problem, in the sense that either companies want to use it to obviously reduce headcount, improve quote-unquote efficiency, right? But there's so many things AI art can't do right now, AI image generation can't do right now. Unfortunately, it will most likely be able to do them in the future, right? It's just a fact. Like, I hope, it'd be great if it does it and there's some sort of synergy, but right now it can't ideate properly. It can't... There's no intent. There's still no intent at all in the image generation, right? There's absolutely no intent. It's just pattern recognition, which, very impressive. Again, like, pretty cool, but the lack of intent is a huge part of what makes human art valuable, is the fact that I can intend to make this little connection right here, right? And if you're an artist, and again, non-artists won't be able to tell, that's completely fine. It's a skill, it's an eye, it's a trained thing, that's fine. But if you're an artist, you will be able to tell the lack of intent in AI art, right? Even things like, let's say you want to generate a helmet. The helmet will make no fucking sense whatsoever. It'll look like a helmet at first glance. It'll have all these little details, but the details won't make sense either, That's right now, though. That's the thing. That's right now. In 5 years, it's 2025 right now, so in 5 years, most likely with more data sets, i.e. people's actual art, being used to train this image generation, and most likely we'll find out or figure out intent. They'll have cracked intent, purpose when it comes to image generation. Again, it's so weird how the creative field is the first to go. It's just crazy to me. I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say anymore. But the point I'm trying to make is, art does not get respected. My dad made he hurt my feelings today, bro. He hurt my feelings. Therefore, I have to ramble about it on my in my practice. But either way, I don't know. I guess I just wish I could draw that feeling like it has to have without feeling like I'm being judged, I guess. Maybe I'm just a pussy. Man discovers he doesn't want his fifis hurt. Well, you know what? Man doesn't want his fifis hurt. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? No, wait, that's overshooting. Okay, that's definitely overshooting. Oh, wait, is it? Holy shit. I'm not overshooting. I have retrained my brain successfully. Another thing about I think the whole AI art thing also brings about the big thing, in my opinion, right? Like the big, I guess, talking point that I personally see and believe is the fact that people don't want to learn, right? When you see a lot of insulting comments towards artists, and it's like, oh, finally, it's the average person's turn to get sort of, oh, that was a fuck up, to get the privilege of this talent, right? This God-given gift. Oh my God, it's such a God-given gift to fucking practice for hundreds and thousands of hours. What a God-given gift, everybody! Give a fucking shout out for the average people for finally being able to make art democratized, right? For the people. Now they don't have to put any work in, and they can have the skill. It's incredible, you know. I'm sure that's how woodworkers felt, and I'm sure that's how woodworkers and blacksmiths felt when Industrial Revolution happened. But still, if there isn't any value in the work we put in, then why are we alive? Hashtag deep. Hashtag deep. But yeah, it's just people misattributing all the effort that goes into creating art and learning art. Look at all this fucking garbage I'm making. To being some sort of talent. But you wouldn't tell someone who'd been playing sports. Actually, you would. I fucking hate the average person because every single one of them have the same retarded thought, which is if you're decent at something, okay, they're a hard worker. But suddenly, if you're pretty good at it, oh, you must be talented, right? When you're asked, people think, okay, like keep working hard. Sorry, like wunderbar. I keep working hard, and then you work hard enough with intent and practice, blah blah blah, right? You get the reps in, the quality reps in, right? Not just dicking around, but you get the reps in, and suddenly you're past the threshold. When you're mediocre, people are like, ah, gambate, keep trying. Oh, shindaru, shindaru, shindaru. Oh fuck, that means to die, right? Shinjaru, that means to believe. Neither of those are appropriate. Either way, they're like gambate, onisan, all that shit, right? When you're garbage, like, keep either they tell you to give up or they tell you to keep trying, or they're indifferent. But whatever, you keep trying, you're like, oh, wonderful, encouragement, I'm gonna keep trying. But then you reach the point where you're actually pretty decent. Maybe let's say you're about 1 to 2 standard deviations above the average person. And then the script flips. Instead of still being like, keep working hard, it's just like, oh, you're so talented. It's all about taking away personal accountability. Right? That's why I hate people. Thank you for coming to my Vig talk. That should be a segment. No, it shouldn't. That's fucking cringe. Anyways, I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do the same. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to talk about. And yes, I draw very slow. If anybody's still here, no, it is not because I'm shit. It's because I'm intentionally shit. There's a difference. I draw very slow in order to actually practice. And yes, I'm thinking all the time while I'm talking. It's a skill I've been training myself on ever since I started this channel. It's been going pretty good. Thank you for wondering. But okay, let's do something like this. We want to have more. See, I'm getting better. Like I can actually, because it's been what, 4 of these now? 4 pages of these, right? Because we did planes. No, it's 3 pages. Planes, boxes. Now we're doing cylinders, right? But hours, like 2 hours per page. So 2 hours. Essentially, I'm at 6 hours now of this is my 5th hour of just practicing seeing the grid lines. Either way, that point, completely unnecessary point aside, right? That's one thing I wanted to talk about. The other thing is artwod, right? ARTWOD. Wow, I'm actually really seeing this one. Okay, I fucked it up a little, but I definitely saw that a lot better. But yeah, artwod, ARTWOD, right? They've officially announced today, as of July 12th, right? 2025. Fuck, don't tell me it's charged. Tell me the date. Yeah, July 11th. Never mind. July 11th, 2025. They've officially announced that they're removing all of their courses on October 1st, 2025, and they're going to be replacing them with the appropriate roadmaps. This seems to have gotten a lot of reactions on Discord. At least literally, like literally literal reactions to the announcement on the announcements channel. People are like, "N, oh no," right? Angry face, sad face. There's probably a lot of people bitching about it right now as I speak and draw. But I just find it funny because, to be honest, like especially with the grind nodes, they're just better. It's literally better. It's the same shit as the courses, but more content and more fleshed out. I think maybe there people are having a lot of issues with hold up, with maybe there's been a couple issues regarding hold the fuck up shit. Maybe like yeah, regarding website issues in general, right? Like a lot of people are having some glitches here and there. That I understand, but genuinely, in my opinion, before somebody's like, "Oh, your opinion is shit, that's all shit," in my opinion, they've actually done a pretty fucking good job at listening to everyone and, like, you know, giving the grind nodes and making sure the content makes sense and all that stuff. So I don't even understand what the fucking problem is anymore. Genuinely. Okay, this is hurting my head, which is good. Okay, see, that was a mistake, and we're just going to live with that mistake, right? Can't do anything about it. That's the beauty of pen. But the beauty of pen, can't even speak. The beauty of pen. This is very hard, very difficult. These types of ellipses, because it has to be skewed. You know, it has to be skewed. At least from my understanding, right? It's a plane that's like this, going up, and then this one's way more skewed. So you have to fit an ellipse that also has a minor axis going this way that doesn't look retarded. This looks very retarded. So, nice, very good. Let's say Paul Allen's retarded. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly think the roadmaps are a great format, especially with the grind nodes. Without the grind nodes, I would agree they're inferior. But with it, and actually they've added way more things to, like they've really broken down every step of the process with the roadmap as well. I think that maybe the only thing is the fact that the roadmaps don't make it as clear how much work you have to put in, because the grind nodes are seen as optional. I honestly think the main thing is they should stop telling people the grind nodes are optional, because it gives beginners, which they're targeting with all these roadmaps, right? Like people getting into art, especially with the beginner roadmap, like what I'm technically doing, it gives them the idea that, oh, I can get good without all the repetition. No, retard, you can't get good without all the repetition. The repetition is what enables you to even have any semblance of skill in the first place. Fucking idiot. Okay, let's try okay, that's a bit better. It's definitely a bit better. Again, this line could have been better curved. I actually fucked it up by even making that connection there. But I think, yeah, that's the main thing I feel with artwod, is the fact that they don't, although they do, they do consistently state the amount of work required, but at the same time they don't, if that makes sense, right? Because oh Jesus Christ, thank you, small coffee with one cream. But I feel as if the beginner roadmap, the only critique I can give is the fact that it makes beginners think they don't have to put in as much work as they should, right? And that is simply false. Any amount of work you think you have to put in to get decent at something, times it by 10, right? This I'm putting in right now, I will and I should and will go back and do this 5 more times, right? Over the years, like consistently, like making it more difficult. That's the only thing I feel as if they are not stressing hard enough. And I get it. Beginners are pussies, so it's intimidating to tell them, or it's intimidating to them to be told, yeah, no, like this is just the beginning. Like, don't worry, you have 10 million more hours to go. Like, don't worry, it's all Gucci, don't be a fucking pussy, right? You can't tell them that, because they'll start crying. And you don't want beginners to cry. You don't want to see them when they're angry, right? That type of shit. So I think, yeah, that I would say personally that's my only critique I have of I don't know what I did there, but I did something for sure. I think that's the only critique I have of the roadmap is the fact that maybe it doesn't set the standard uh properly. That no, there's a lot more work that needs to be done than you can even fathom. Sure, I get it. It's intimidating. You don't want to intimidate people who are at the end of the day paying customers, right? But it isn't it is better than the courses at this point. I would have disagreed a year ago, but now I would say they're better. Right? Because the grind nodes actually have more things to grind because there's more things in the course in the beginner roadmap that they break things down and they introduce new concepts that really bridge the gap in terms of form manipulations. They introduce more types of manipulations. Therefore, the grind nodes have more manipulations to drill, right? So yeah, like I would say they've improved it, and you are wrong. You listening who disagree with me, you are wrong. If you agree with me, you're also wrong. Have your own fucking mind, Jesus Christ, you sheep. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain, and I encourage you to do the same. This is my line. I'll say, "Oy vey." I don't no bars here. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. Uh, uh, uh. All right, wunderbar, wunderbar. Okay, I already have so much of these side ones. I should get some more extreme ones going. Right? Okay, I have three here, so we're even on that front. And oh shit, the caffeine burp. Jesus, that sounds disgusting. It literally sounds like I'm fucking shitting through my mouth. It's sharding through my mouth, actually. Even worse. Jesus. Jesus didn't come back for this. Hyuk, 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 hyuk. Okay, I want to be free. I have to go pee. Doody dee. Okay. And how about we do something like this? I fucking love the fucking country hick accent. It makes me so happy. I don't know why. Me and my friend do that shit all the time. Golly gee, I'm gonna whip my wife when I get home. Right, that type of shit. Did they actually whip their wives? Possibly. I do believe it was a jolly good time back in the day, old chap. Huff, 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 huff. The Key and Peele skit, right? We must do it for the culture. We cannot disrespect the culture. Kill me. Anyways, okay. This obviously needs to have cylindrical implications. Otherwise, I'm just making random shapes. So, okay. And I do need to loosen my grip. So I feel as though when I do these practices, I tense up a little, right? But again, there's so much to think about for the culture. Okay. Okay. Now this is a perfect ellipse going like this, and I need to maybe do something like that. Okay, let's make it simple, or at least not as complicated as I could have made it, because I don't want my brain to be overloaded. There's gonna be a lot to think about now with this, right? So, and again, this angle is actually probably the worst because it's so difficult to see. Actually, no, I just made it easier. Never mind, I'm just retarded. I want to be free. I actually don't know what song that is. I'm pretty sure it's a famous song. But yeah, was there anything else I want to talk random shit about? How long has it been? I've been rambling for 34 minutes. Jesus Christ, how do you fuckers allow me to do this? Easy, because you love my content. Like, subscribe, and please give me money. Anyways, I wonder if that bit's ever gonna get old. Hopefully not. The more skilled I get, people are like, wow, he's so unique and eccentric. That's the whole game plan, right? Viggy is so cool because Viggy's good at something. You know, the only value I have is that I'm good at something. If I wasn't good at this something, I would have zero value to provide. That's the whole plan. There you go. We have to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, I think I'm converging it a little too much. Yeah, it doesn't need to converge that much. That's a mistake, but that's okay. Such is the life of me? I don't know. Okay, so that is what I intended to do. I think I fucked something up somewhere, but it's okay. Breaking it down also helps. Fricka fresh. Shit. Good. That's a bad line. That's a bad line. Okay, now I need to make this. Again, it's all lines. It's so fucking painful because I'm literally trying to see multitudes of lines. See, because this. Okay, so it should be more like that. There you go. Now you might be wondering, what exactly is the plan? No idea. No fucking idea. I made a mistake because I wasn't thinking ahead enough. Now I have to just commit to that mistake while making it seem intentional. That's also another part about drawing from imagination, especially with a pen, right? Pen creates intent. Pen forces you to make clearer decisions, I guess. Right. Actually, there's something I can do very clearly. Ah, there it is. That's literally what I could do. Bit of a fuck up, but that's life. Life is about fucking up. Deep thoughts. Now I just need to somehow make this. You see how much I struggle with that angle with my pen when I hold it that way? Okay. That's why I need to hold it this way. Because this is where I struggle the most, and you can see my lines suffer greatly. Right? Okay, now we can complete this. And there you go, because that. There you go. Cool. It's something. Yeah, I don't know. Contour manipulation, very difficult, very difficult. Yeah, there's that one commenter who told me to get off the drugs. Fuck you. That's all I have to say. Fuck you. I'm literally not. I mean, I guess I'm caffeinated right now, but to be honest, my personality doesn't change much on or off caffeine. Maybe it's slightly exacerbated. It's definitely vehemently masturbated, that's for sure. But I do speak like a Coomer either way, so. Okay, and then we got this. There you go. I think that's okay. Very difficult, which is fine, which is great actually. If it wasn't difficult, it wouldn't be worth doing. Everything I've done so far has been very difficult. So. And again, it's been what, 40 minutes? And no, you'll, even though I'm probably distracting you with my talking, you'll notice that I'm literally drawing the entire time, right? Very slowly, albeit very slowly, but it's always with intent, right? I don't care about speed. Not right now. The speed will come in 10, 15, 20 years, right? And I'll be ready to receive that come. So my sister hates my fucking my obscenely, I guess, profane jokes, right? She was watching my Q&A with me a couple weeks ago, 500 sub Q&A, which is actually, it's hilarious, bro. I've gotten like no subs at this point. I've decided to really approach my YouTube channel, which I honestly was my original intent, as my art, which is decades, thinking decades. But you get the fucking analytics, they get you, the numbers, the up and down of the numbers, you know? It's fucking, it's shitty. That's why you gotta ignore it. Okay, see, this is the difficult part, because I need a cylinder that fits in this more drastically converged plane, but at the same time, it needs to have a minor axis going perfectly parallel to the horizon line, so just straight, right? This is why I've been struggling with these, as you can tell, because from what I can see, visualize in my mind, and understand of perspective, and the lines that I need to put down, there needs to be nuance. Lots of nuance. It's the little subtleties. At the end of the day, as if I'm trying to create and focus on making a dynamic manga, a la Atomorphs, I need to be able to work on that nuance. See, this is okay. It's still minor axis is slightly tilted, but I think that's alright. It's nothing incredible, but at least I'm working towards it, right? But this is, again, when I start making these subtractions, that's actually when I lose sight a little bit, to be honest. And again, because this is the plane that I'm right. Now, again, this is where a lot of the thinking comes into play, which is something I'm always advocating for, right? I was rewatching Broken Draws, Artier and Holtitz. Yeah, Broken Draws, like, what is it? Like, How to Fucking Love Drawing or some shit? I don't fucking know. It was his latest one, right? 10 steps for something regarding drawing. And one of the things he basically said is the fact that step number two, thing number two was drawing is thinking. Obviously, I knew that because I've been fucking doing it and advocating for it. Oh, I know why this looks off now. Hold up. Yeah, obviously, I've been advocating for the fact that drawing is thinking. Like, literally, you have to think extremely hard. There you go. That looks... I literally forgot to fucking add the other part of the plane. But obviously, I know this, but that's why I'm practicing it again, right? It's so many little things that are part of the drawing process that are easy to forget because kind of nobody almost tells you that stuff, right? Who tells you that drawing involves extraneous amounts of thought? Nobody. At least nobody I know on the internet specifically like drills that point home. Right? So I can understand how a lot of beginners actually don't even grasp the fact that yes, it is normal for your head to hurt. Yes, you do have to think quite a fucking bit in order to even visualize a single line that I can just do right now. I can visualize a line like this, I can visualize a plane, right? I can fit an ellipse inside of it, right? Can I do it perfectly? No, not in this skewed perspective, I can't, right? Again, there was this person on the Broken Draw Discord who was basically like, there's no fucking way that people just see these boxes in their minds and then they like do it one step at a time. No, we do. We literally do. We were all equally as shit as you in the beginning, give or take fucking 5-10% because of talent or lack of, right? Everybody was equally shit. You know, it's literally about seeing the lines. It's genuinely, that's quote unquote all it is just about seeing the fucking lines. Yeah, it's very hard. It's very, very difficult. Do not fret, because that's exactly what it is. Again, I want to restate the fact that how you see these lines are completely particular to the individual. Before I saw them in my mind, now I've been training them to see them on paper. I don't know how the fuck that shift happened. Before it was like in my mind and a bit on paper. Now it's just on the paper. Now I'm literally just seeing these lines and the planes on the paper because I've been training for it without realizing. But I have been training for it, right? And I'm sure there have been studies done on aphantasia where people who were believed to have it actually were able to train a visualization of sorts, however they visualize, right? So if you believe you can't, you never will be able to. But if you believe you can, you'd be very surprised at what you can do. Belief mindset. Oh fuck, belief mindset. Anyways, I'm gonna rest my brain. And yeah, blah 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 blah. You do it as well. It's good for you. Gap effect. Search it up. Wonderful. God bless the Chainsaw Man background music for giving my audience something to listen to in the silence, or giving them a reason to click off and never watch this channel again. I've been I'm being edged, bro. I'm teetering between 557 and 559 subscribers for the longest time this past week. Unsub. Make up your fucking mind and get me to 160 or 160. Jesus Christ, no, 560. It's hilarious because just a few months ago when I hit 100, I was like, oh my god, holy shit, I was so happy. The state of man is to never be satisfied. Okay. Do I want to do another side one? Well, this is all sides and one front facing. We have two front facing here and two sides. So we need to equalize this with... Okay, we need to have more... This is okay. This is equal. So I'm just going to add front facing one. And I need to add more front facing ones here as well. And I have 14 minutes. A bit more than that. Try and make it like an hour and a bit. This is amazing, though. I love the fact that I'm starting to see the grid lines. I'm a fucking god. People should be... Why are people subbing en masse? I'm so confused. But, in my butthole, that's why people aren't subscribing, because of shit jokes and excessive stuttering like that. What are some more interesting contour manipulations that we can do that are just, I guess, hard-edged, right? What can I think of? Clearly I can't think of anything, but put in a plane, go like this, right? And maybe go like this. And maybe go like up. Bring that down, otherwise it's not perfectly straight. See, even visualizing the plane that I'm putting these curves into is immense thought, right? It takes a lot of energy. Mental energy. Your mind is your greatest asset when it comes to learning anything. And energy it's the quotient that you need to be aware of, right? The energy quotient. I don't know if that makes sense. The point is, energy is the number one thing you need, which is why I'll always advocate for exercise as well, right? Because exercising is what's going to give you that energy. A lot of people, my friends, still don't understand when I tell them that I'm able to do everything I can do in a day because I have the physical energy to do it, right? Apart from like, oh, getting jacked, looking lean, blah, blah, blah. Muscle is what will give you that god tier energy. Muscle and a good cardiovascular health, right? But that shit is extremely important. I don't know why this became a fitness talk, but yeah, it is very important. I mean, I wonder if any of my fan base will actually understand what I'm talking about when it comes to... Antonio definitely will. Antonio from Artwod, he's jacked. He definitely knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Because the man runs a business, and he's fit as shit. And yes, you will... I'm sure millions of people... Not millions, actually. Maybe millions. This channel is going to be the biggest Mr. Beastest channel of all time. But I'm sure a few people would bring up examples like, well, actually... What about all the rich people who aren't fit? Sure, but what about all the rich people that are that are in good health and promote it and constantly talk about how important it is? What about them, hey? What about them? He said, she said. We could do this forever, brother. Or sister, but at this point there are no women watching my channel. I mean, the stats don't lie. And neither do I. See, now I made this more difficult for myself, which is wunderbar. Right. And we can... yeah, something like that. It's just a cutout, right? I wanted to... again, I'm always trying to see how I can push it, right? See how we can push the difficulty. Now, this one really fucks things up, because this is so inaccurate, but... that's the whole point, is the fact that we want inaccuracies. If we don't have inaccuracies, then what we have are failures, but not the type of failures you think. The type of failures that result, it's a failure to learn, right? Those types of inaccuracies, yeah, they're failures to learn. That's a good one. I should write that down. I'm a fucking genius, I swear. But as I say that, I completely fucked this one up. Okay, I think that's okay, despite its flaws. But we're human, you and I. Flaws are what make us alive. Okay, so can I visualize that? I can, actually. I can visualize it to a pretty decent degree. But it's still lots of mistakes. See, that's completely undershot. And I had to, because I made mistakes with the other ones as well. That's a line that has... that's just an erroneous erogenous line. It's a line that makes you really think about jerking off and all the mistakes you made while you did it. Okay, lots of mistakes on that one, actually, lots of mistakes, which is wonderful. Any other planes I'm missing? No. Yeah, you can see how misaligned it is, that one too. But that one, actually, this line is more accurate. This one. See, that's way more accurate. So this thing is actually pretty off, which is good, because again, like these skewed, this intensive, like this range right here is difficult, right? Like this range. This, that's okay. So right now we know that my range is roughly this for the grid lines, right? Like this, I guess more narrow, like that. But this is what I'm working on, which is why I'm starting on the outer side. And I'm getting slightly better, which is the best part. Getting slightly better is what you want. We want slow gains. Making fast gains mean you lose them equally as fast. And if you make fast gains, you're never going to put in the effort somebody who makes slow gains does, right? Unless you just have the passion and you make the fast gains and you think that's normal, blah, blah, blah. But in general, I've noticed people who progress fast stop equally as fast, because it's like, it's an ego thing. It's hubris, right? In the back of your mind, you're always going to have that, whether you want to or you realize or not, is in the back of your mind, you're going to think, yeah, whether you realize or not subconsciously, if I can do this and get pretty good at it pretty decently, pretty quickly, I don't need to put in as much effort, and it's always something I can pick up later, right? Versus me, who, if I don't fucking do this at least 5 days a week for an hour minimum, right? If I don't at least get 5 hours a week in, I'm not, A, my skills are gonna get rusty, B, I'm not gonna progress, C, I'm not gonna actually learn anything new, right? That's kind of the mentality that I'm having. Oh, and Broken Draw also said in that same video something about being curious, having fun as his last point, or his second last point, right? 11 point was like a bonus, get mentorship. I want to clarify, because I think my channel is going to get a reputation that, oh, he's a hard ass, he's all about the grind. But if you had half a fucking brain cell, you would know that I talk about enjoying the quote unquote grind. I don't like the word grind, but you know, you do have to put the work in. But I'm not about, okay, like shut the fuck up, do the work, in the sense that, bro, just hate every second of it. If you had half a brain cell, you'd know that that's not what I talk about at all at any point, right? What I talk about is doing the work and learning how to enjoy the difficult parts of work, right? That's what I talk about. So I want to clarify, if there is any fucking reason to clarify. Again, nobody's watching this shit now, but I do have a very strong feeling many thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, will be watching a lot of this in the future. And my old videos are gonna, and honestly, my old videos, i.e. these ones, will be the same as my future ones, which is just me talking shit while I draw, right? Saying random garbaggio, but yeah, no, I don't promote hating the grind. I promote learning to enjoy the difficult aspects, right? through neuroscience, to be honest, more than anything. Should I just make this a normal ellipse? It would be a good excuse to practice a perfect circle, which this is not. But because I already made the mistake, we can focus on fixing it. So now it's not a perfect circle. Maybe it's a bit flat or a bit squished, right? Maybe it should be a bit taller, but it's okay. Now this is what's difficult. But you see, I can see this angle a lot better now, which is good. But I do not promote hating art. That's the last thing I would promote. I would promote enjoying art, obviously. But hold the fuck up. Shut up, stop talking. Yeah, I promote enjoying art, but also learning to enjoy the actual learning experience more than anything, because this applies to everything, right? I'm also learning piano. I enjoy how to learn piano. Same shit, it applies to all of that. So that's what I promote. And I hope it makes sense. If you're not fucking stupid, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, that's a big mistake. Gucci gang. Cool, something like that maybe. But yeah, no, I'm not about promoting grind. I'm not promoting learn, enjoy learning, learn, right? It's about loving this grind. Again, I don't like the word grind because it does have a connotation of extreme discomfort and essentially contempt, right? It has a connotation of really disliking the work and also being extremely uncomfortable while disliking the work. That's basically what the grind is sort of fucking associated with nowadays. You can thank all the fucking influencers and shit for that. But for me, personally, it's not about that. It's about... That was a fuck up. That was a huge fuck up. What the fuck am I doing? You see? You see how I shouldn't have used that language? That's what it's about. It's about learning to love the learning experience, right? Because if you don't love the actual work that you're putting in, then really you're not going to love anything, to be honest, right? And you're going to associate putting in effort with essentially just shying away from putting in effort. Yeah, you're just going to associate effort, cognitive effort, with bad rather than cognitive effort is good. I don't know how else to explain this right now. I'm also obviously very focused on drawing this, right? Sort of prove my own point, which is I'm very focused on enjoying and grinding. Not even grinding, yeah, just focusing on the lines. The lines. But yeah, okay, I want to add one more thing here. Okay, yeah, we could just do that. Jesus. Okay, this could have been better, but something like that? Something about that doesn't even seem right. Oh, well, I did make a lot of mistakes, but... Oh, it's because of this. There you go. Oh, and then this would have been connected. There you go. Something like that. Oh, well, mistakes were made, which is great. So, yeah, still trying to figure this out, but... Yeah, I promote enjoying the difficult parts of learning. That's what I promote, if I were to put it in a sentence, right? Enjoy the discomfort, because literally, again, it's all about gaslighting yourself to enjoy the process. Watch my 500 sub Q&A. Because somebody literally asked me, how do you enjoy the process? But that's what I like to promote. And again, if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do this garbage, you can do something much more impressive than that over time. Again, how much time? Years, decades, fucking a lifetime of gradual improvement. If that's your future, and that's the future you want, which is for art to be in your life and to consistently have a myriad of things to learn and all that shit, then it just makes more logical sense to learn how to enjoy it than to go out of your way to dislike it or make fucking jokes about it. I hate the fucking community, the part of the community that's always like, oh, art is so hard, art is so difficult, right? And turns it into like I hate learning, look at me, I'm shit, look at me, I don't put effort in. Fuck you if you're like that, because you're literally wasting your own brain space being a fucking retard rather than learning to enjoy this craft that you've decided to pursue at face value on surface level. If you don't give a shit and you're just there for the memes, sure. That's why I dislike Spilled Ink. That's why that's another segue. Their channel's all right. I have nothing against them as people, but I don't like that they promote that. Oh God, look at me, I'm so bad at this thing. LOL, JK, aren't I so relatable? Rather than being like, hey guys, we can get better and focus on this. They don't. I don't see any of that in their videos, right? But hey, like they're very positive, I guess, in general. So if people like that, people like that. But I don't think they promote a very let's learn new things and let's try difficult things type mindset. And when they did do that, they just bitched and moaned in a jokey way the entire time. They never did anything like that. Well, they did two parts, but then they never really, from what I can tell, pursued those difficult things again in their spare time. So yeah, welcome to my Vig Talk part 2, I guess. How much time has passed? An hour? Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain. I'm gonna draw maybe 1 or 2 more, and then we'll call it a day. Hashtag ViggyFam, right? That's my thing, I think, right? ViggyFam? I don't know. Anyways, let's rest our brain. All right, wonderful. Okay, these parts are it's actually hilarious how much better I'm getting at talking, and honestly annoying you while I draw. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, it's even. So what should I add? We have now we have more front-facing ones here. We have 1 2 3, and then 2 front-facing ones. We have 3 here. So we'll put a side one here and a front one here. Cool. Okay, and this one will make really. But that's just easy. Then I just do this. Nope, let's make it a bit more difficult. There you go. Am I overthinking these ellipses? Like, am I really overthinking it? I might be. I literally might be. Because that is just a normal ellipse. Albeit minor axis again slightly off parallel. And it seems fine. Oh, I hear my dad talking. Wonder what they're talking about. They arguing? Who fucking knows? Okay, nope. See, I tried avoiding responsibility by changing my hand position, but again, I'm autistic. I want my lines to be perfectly clean. Ooh, that's difficult. At every given angle. Oh, that's so fucking hard. Look at that. Look how shitty and broken that line was. It's amazing. You know you're God when you can create shit lines and still be happy. You're welcome. And then... Oh yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'm probably going to start posting more sketches that I do in my sketchbook that isn't part of this, right? So, follow me for more content, right? Yeah, but I think I am going to be, because I've, like it's not going to be often, probably 2 to 3 times a week, but I have bought a very small, very compact sketchbook. I'm going to get that shit right now. Here's a little sneak peek for those of you who actually listen or watch my content at this point, which is probably nobody. Honestly, I'm probably showing this to nobody. Let's not get in over our heads. 559, 58, 57, 59, depending on the fucking day, subscribers. So, first of all, here's a sketchbook, right? I actually added the glasses, this little ring thingy, the chains, the cigar, the smoke, and the Hitler stash. Oh, sorry, the Charlie Chaplin stash. Fuck. Can't get demonetized just yet. I haven't even been monetized. But yes, that is... It's cute, but it's nice. And then this is what I did as my first sketch. Here's a little sneak peek. So, yeah, this was yesterday night. I guess today morning, technically, right? Around midnight, a bit past that. Just took around an hour and 25 minutes, I believe. Right? Here you can see this one I was actually doing shit, and then I just know what the fuck I was doing here, and I just added stuff. But this is the type of shit I'll be posting on my Instagram. Just like, oh, just a short little sketch, low effort sketch, right? Fucking really makes people rage. Makes people rage? What the fuck? Really make people fucking be like, oh my god, that's a sketch, you're so talented, and I'll be like, thanks, I only do a couple push-ups a day. Very confused, they'll be very confused, which is gonna be great. But oh, my dad's singing, very nice, keep singing, puppy. But I think that's a mistake. But yeah, it's most likely gonna be something like that. I still want to figure out a nice template for my Instagram posts. You know me, I'm all about templates and all that shit. So I do want to figure that out. This is getting, the proportions are off, as you can see. Yeah, they're very off. And look, it's skewed. It's not even perfectly horizontal. You see how that can happen if you don't pay attention, which I clearly didn't. So this is okay. This is all right. You know, I'm gonna leave it at this. It's a bit too close for comfort, but you know, I'm gonna add 30 more things here, which will end up making it all seem like it's part of it. Big error right here, obviously. Still need to focus on making sure the lines are still parallel, right? Even the thing is, even if I like I said, because I did also not make the proportions correctly, it's getting slightly smaller and smaller with every, I guess, turn, right? But that would have been okay if I kept these lines horizontal. But they didn't. But I didn't, right? I didn't make them straight. I made them slightly tilted, which is what also gives this thing that's skewing horizontally, like, or not horizontally, slightly diagonally. We're gonna leave it here. I think this is actually really good practice, and I am getting a lot better at visualizing the grid. That's gonna pay in dividends when I do the later part of the artwod roadmap. Again, there's probably gonna be months of this. I might actually genuinely end up spending at least 3 to 4 months, if not more, on this roadmap because you know I'm fucking loving it, and I'm not in a rush. Technically, we're on block 2 of 8, right? We're on this block right here, beginner roadmap. 4 months of that, and then imagination drawing. Let's see how that goes with the improved spatial reasoning and shape manipulation skills I'll have, right? Clearly, as you can see from the sketchbook, when I'm just letting loose, I can create something good. But yeah, as you can see, I don't know how to fucking draw a car at all. Like, what the fuck is this? This is flush with this, but this tire is sticking out from that thing, right? These mirrors don't make any sense. This rendering makes no sense. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here, right? This I like a lot, actually. I like this a lot, and I like that it makes it look like it's a lot of motion here, but yeah, the back tire makes no sense. None of this makes sense. But I'm trying to figure out the balance between rendering and leaving white spaces. And people on the Broken Draw Discord seem to have liked it. Liked it. And yeah, I guess I'm done talking for the time being. I hope this was entertaining. If not entertaining, educational. If not educational, then shut the fuck up and get off my channel. Like, subscribe, and give me retention and attention. But yes, I speak very fast, which is not great for the YouTube algorithm either. Because you nimrods, that's a new one. People don't really see nimrods, right? But you dimwits, you dunces, yeah, have trouble keeping along. Plus, there's definitely a decent amount of people who are immigrants, right? Yeah, people just who don't speak English as their first language, much like myself, right? English is my third language, so it's why I'm so proficient. And yeah, I'll try to slow down, but use captions, and if that doesn't work, then I'm shit out of luck, because if auto caption can't save me, nobody can, right? And with that being said, as always, I hope you had fun drawing. Fuck you for watching, keep drawing, and please give me money, thank you.